All right, guys, what's going on? Welcome in. So the joint practice between the Carolina Panthers and the New York Jets just wrapped up. And man, I gotta be honest, it did not go how I expected it to go coming into the day. Right now, and look, we're going to dive into all the details here. But first things first, I'm actually pretty excited to see how Carolina looks this season under new head coach Dave Canales, a young, energetic, well educated. I mean, really, wherever Dave has been, going back to Seattle, Tampa Bay last season, he's had a ton of success on the offensive side of the football. You see the quarterbacks put up great numbers. You see the offensive line look really, really good. I mean, living down here in Tampa, people were absolutely obsessed with Dave Canales and what he was able to do with that Bucs offense, right? Todd Bowles, hands off. He handles the defense. He handles the majority of things, but with the offensive side of the football, and we know this as Jets fans, he has to give the reins to somebody, and Dave Canales had that offense firing on all cylinders, and the Bucs had a great season. So, from Carolina's perspective, they're now selecting somebody in division, taking a fantastic coach out of a rival's locker room, placing him as their head coach moving forward. And whenever you can get somebody that's this enthusiastic, this energetic, this fired up about turning around not a program, but a franchise, and really looking forward to working with Bryce Young and getting this team on the right track, you got to be fired up as a fan. Also, the Panthers made a lot of free agent acquisitions. They did sign, quite a bit of veterans. Jadeveon Clowney, who I was excited to see today, but had a vet day, so he didn't practice. He's had a great camp. Robert Hunt, right, the $100 million guard. But let's dive into this practice here, right? So it really seemed like Carolina won the day. As much as I hate to admit it, right? If you look at the reports coming out from both sides, both the Jets and the Panthers, it seemed as though Carolina, man, offensively, Bryce Young had a fantastic day. No, look, it's not to say that the Jets were just dominated, right, from start to finish on, all three facets. There were some guys that had fantastic days, right? I mean, really, the Jets' entire defensive line looked really, really good. Will McDonald, Tack McKinley, Solomon Thomas had a great day. Bruce Hector was turning heads. The Jets' D-line actually looked really, really solid today, getting after it in individual drills. They were getting in the backfield, which is always encouraging. But, of course, with the New York Jets, that is expected, right? Guys on the defensive line, of course, we have talent there, but to go out there in a joint practice setting, first time going up against a new head coach, a new scheme here in what Canales is bringing to Carolina. Keep in mind, with no Quinnen Williams, it was pretty encouraging to just see all of these positive reports coming out from tons of different defensive linemen here, so that is a major plus. Another player that had a fantastic day, Olu Fashanu, right, working at right tackle today, worked the entire week at right tackle, comes out today, looks fantastic. Both in individual drills and team drills, Olu did a great job, and I love hearing that as a Jet fan, right? This is the future franchise left tackle of this football team, and to see him having such a good camp, performed well in that first preseason game against Washington, to come out in preseason week 2 in this joint practice setting and look good like this, I'm hoping that continues, right? The trajectory continues to shoot upwards as we move forward into Saturday's game at 7 o'clock. Another player that had a really good day was Isaiah Davis. Now, this is somebody that, to me, I actually, I expected the power. Everybody expected the power, but for me personally, I was not expecting the burst and acceleration from Isaiah in that first preseason game. And again, looking at today's practice, he made some plays. But looking at the Jets as a whole, again, it was tough reading some of these reports here. Aaron Rodgers had multiple interceptions, one of which bounced off the hands of Allen Lazard. And this is also not the first time we've heard that. Interestingly enough, this training camp, where a pass is set to go to Lazard, it is literally on his hands and it winds up as a pick. Like, how does that happen multiple times? But again, Rodgers throwing multiple INTs. It really seemed as though there were a lot of would-be sacks. Of course, there's no full contact at these joint practices, but supposedly Carolina was getting in the backfield. Apparently, it was just a tough day for the offense, right? Andrew Peasley threw an INT. Tyrod Taylor threw an INT. It really seemed as though Carolina's corners had fantastic days as well. There was this one specific play that the Panthers posted on their Twitter account where it was Garrett Wilson lining up on the perimeter with a corner. I believe it was Smith Wade. I could be wrong on that. Young rookie corner from Washington State, and just one-on-one, and Garrett Wilson initially beats him off the line. He turns to find the football, and it's just an underthrown pass from Aaron. And so the corner, again, I believe it was Smith Wade, he's able to flip his head around and just knock the ball away. So again, it just kind of seemed like the Jets weren't, especially early on, like it never really was able to flow, right? The offense was never able to flow until later on, right? Supposedly the Jets ended strong, but again, looking at both sides, Carolina's reporters and the Jets reporters, it did seem like Carolina won the day. As far as the Jets defense going up against the Carolina Panthers ones, Bryce Young looked supposedly fantastic. He hit multiple deep shots, one of which was a touchdown to Terrace Marshall. Young was supposedly hitting passes in both 7-on-7 and in 11-on-11. And it just sounded like a lot of people were really encouraged. A lot of Panthers guys were really encouraged that Bryce Young was able to have this much success going up against the Jets defense. Now, look, it is one practice at the end of the day. Of course, as a Jet fan, you want to see more, you want to hear more, but it is what it is, right? The preseason game is Saturday. We'll see how things play out there. We don't necessarily know who exactly is going to be the starting lineup, how many starters are going to be out there for the Jets. Will Aaron Rodgers get some snaps? Probably not. I'm assuming Aaron, I would guess he maybe sees a series against the Giants, series or two. But, we are seeing, according to NFL teams out there, their starters are rolling like they're given pretty big workloads this season, right? Actually, news came out today that Pat Mahomes is going to be playing the entire first half this weekend. So, it's kind of funny. The Jets are almost like this outlier with not playing a lot of their starters in preseason. But in any case, let me know your thoughts down below in the comment section. Thanks so much for watching. I appreciate it. And as always, go Jets.